Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. We're going to pick up baseball testing yet again as I'm continuing to get my reps in with Digital Diamond to get used to that, having that as part of the channel. We're going to pick up with another game of season ticket baseball from Sports Mogul. No bonus points for guessing that this one is a baseball simulator. For this game, we're going back to 1998, specifically June 18th, as the St. Louis Cardinals venture to the Astrodome to play against the Houston Astros. Let me get a historical perspective on this game to see what happened on this game day back in history. So bear with me while I track that down. It'll also give everybody a minute to file into the Astrodome. Go away with that highlighting. 98. Schedule. June 18th. And it would appear that the Cardinals actually historically won this game 7-6. So we'll see what Season Ticket has to say about that. Anyway, I think we're all set here, so let's get... Once I remember to adjust my scoreboard, let's get to the top of the first. Starting pitcher for the Houston Astros, Shane Reynolds. 19-8 in 98 with a 3.51 ERA, 209 strikeouts, 53 walks, and 25 homers in 98. As the Astros get loose in the field, we'll take our first look at the Cardinals' starting lineup. Ben Witt's first to join us here at the Astrodome. How are you this evening, Ben? We're just about to take a look at the Cardinals' starting lineup. Leading off, we've got Royce Clayton at shortstop. Ray Lankford is in center field. Mark McGuire's at first base. Brian Jordan is in right field. John Mabry's at third base. Ron Gant is in left field. Tom Lampkin is catching. David Howard's at second base. And Kent Bottenfield is our starting pitcher tonight, who needs his own pitcher hitting card. And that's the lineup Reynolds is charged with keeping in check tonight. Leading off for the Cardinals, as mentioned. Yeah, so I saw RJ had mentioned last night that he was taking the night off, probably to get ready for the Division Series round. So I figured, pretty good night probably for me to slip in a quick baseball test, since I'm still wanting to get the feel for Digital Diamond. Also, one other change I'm making is I'm only going to be touching in with chat every half inning, so don't be alarmed if I don't see your message right away. That's one thing I'm trying to do to help me speed things up here. Leading off for the Cardinals, we've got Royce Clayton. 234 average, 4 homers, 29 RBI in 98. We're going to be using blue and gold percentile dice. Astros are the home team tonight. Not an empty seat to be found in the Astrodome. Granted, it's only an exhibition game, but... Whoop, as I keep dropping dice, apparently. Still not an empty seat to be found here at the Astrodome. Reynolds will look in at Eusebio for the sign. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is going to be a 214. That'll send us to Reynolds' card against a righty. 214 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Picking that one up is going to be Gutierrez. He'll make the play over to first, and that's out number 1. And we are underway at the Astrodome. And stepping into the batter's box next for the Cardinals, we've got Ray Lankford. 293 average, 31 homers, 105 RBI in 98. Reynolds will get the sign from Eusebio once again. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That's a 309, and that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Lankford will strike out. So I'll make a note of that. Odds. That's for strikeout rolls. So I'm going to say odds are going to be swinging strike threes, evens are going to be called. And stepping into the batter's box, we've got the very dangerous Mark McGwire. 299 average, 70 homers, 147 RBI in 98. That record stood until, I want to say, 2001, I think, when Bonds hit 73. I know it was Bonds who busted that record into pieces, but that's enough rambling on that front. Reynolds will get the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That's going to be a 366. And, McGwire just misses that one. A 367 would have been gone, but instead, that's going to be a fly ball into right field. Or into center field, I should say. Coming under that one is going to be Everett. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals here in the top of the first. Catch up with the chat here real quick. Okay. Alright, just checking in here. So we're getting ready for the bottom of the first. And now the Cardinals will start to get loose in the field. So we'll take our first look at the Astros starting lineup. I'll bring the score sheet in a little bit closer so I can see. Leading off for the Astros, we've got Craig Biggio at second base. Ricky Gutierrez in short. Derek Bell in right field. Jeff Bagwell is at first base. Moises Alou is in left field. Carl Everett's in center field. Sean Berry at third base. Tony Eusebio is catching. And Shane Reynolds the pitcher. Get everything reset here. And as mentioned, leading off for the Astros, Craig Biggio. 325 average, 20 homers, 88 RBI in 98. Bottenfield will look in at Lampkin for the sign. He will set. Bottenfield will wind up. And here's the pitch. That's a 616, which is going to send us over to the Astrodome card, which will be a 626. And that's going to be popped up on the infield. Getting under that at second base for the Cardinals is going to be Howard, and that will be out number 1 in the inning. Biggio got under that one. Stepping into the batter's box next is Gutierrez. Ricky Gutierrez, 261 average, 2 homers, 46 RBI in 98. Bottenfield will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here comes the pitch. 443 is going to send us to Gutierrez against a righty. 443. It's going to be a ground ball over to short. Picking that one up for the Cardinals is Clayton. He'll make the catch, or he'll make the play for out number 2. And stepping into the batter's box now is Derek Bell. 314 average, 22 homers, 108 RBI in 98. Bottenfield will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 540. That'll send us over to the second baseman's card, that being Howard. 540 is going to be a ground ball right over to second. Howard will get that one. He'll flip it over to first, and that will be a nice, easy 1-2-3 inning as we are still scoreless through 1. Let me make sure Digital Diamond catches up while I adjust everything here. Catch up with chat real quick. Bought this game with the 75 season a few months ago, but have not started yet. Too many projects. Yeah, hard to believe this is 25 years ago. I was just thinking about that when my high school class of 2004 was having their reunion, middle of last month, where I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh my god, 20 years ago is actually a real time frame that I can actually articulate. I'm getting old now. Let's see, so season tickets, the next one you're thinking of. I will say I really like this one, Ben, just because the seasons are cheap, are very cheap to get, although the cost kind of washes out in terms of the ink and the materials you need to print it out. But I do like the price point on this one, as DJ John 4444 and Doug Hunt are next to join us at the Astrodome. And I will see you guys once again back when we go to the bottom of the second. Leading off the top of the second, Brian Jordan. 316 average, 25 homers, 91 RBI in 98. I do want to mention, as we're getting set here, a couple things. First of all, I'm still deciding what system my 1985 replay is going to be in, season ticket or inside pitch. And related to that, if you haven't already, there's a poll up on my community tab on my channel where you can vote on what system you want the 85 replay to be in. That poll is not going to be the final word, but I will consider those votes when I go to make the final decision. So, slight ramble aside there. Reynolds will get the sign from Eusebio coming back to the Astrodome. He will set, and here's the pitch. That is going to be a 622, which will send us back over to the Astrodome. 622 is going to be popped up on the infield. Getting under that one for the Astros is going to be Biggio. He'll make the play, and that will be out number 1. Stepping into the batter's box now, we've got John Mabry. 249 average, 9 homers, 46 RBI in 98. Reynolds gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 263, which will send us to Reynolds' card against the lefty. 263, uh-oh. Mabry thinks he's got a hold of one. That's hit deep to right field. Mabry's a power of a 5. So 5 plus 2d10. 5 plus 12 is 17. And that's going to be just short. That's going to be flied into left field, but it's ultimately going to die out there. Getting under that one is going to be Alou. He'll make the catch, and that will be out number 2. Mabry almost had a hold of one, but he just couldn't get it out of there. Stadium size. Phew! And here's Ron Gant. 240 average, 26 homers, 67 RBI in 98. I keep wanting to say 91 now that I'm actually back to a 90s season. Gotta be careful for that. Reynolds will look into Eusebio for the sign. He will set, and here comes the pitch. Reynolds with a 641, and that's going to be a ground ball over to second. Biggio will get that one. He'll make the play over to first, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals here in the top of the second. You like what printing and cutting them out? Fair enough. Yeah, I know Doug. Actually, Doug Hunt also joining us at the Astrodome. I know 85 is on sale right now in payoff pitch, but I've got 85 now in both season ticket and inside pitch, so I don't want to get another version of the 85 season. So Ben chose season ticket since RJL does plenty for inside pitch. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. And I'm hopefully not going to spoil the poll when I say this, but right now, all right, I do appreciate the heads up, but I will say that right now, and I hope this doesn't spoil the poll, I'm leaning right now, the way I'm leaning and the way the content schedule is leaning, I'm leaning towards season ticket as being my 1985 season. The reason I'm leaning that way is partly because I'm just so much more comfortable in season ticket. I'm hoping I didn't spoil the poll doing that, but I do believe in full transparency. Anyway, once again, I will see you guys back for the top of the third chat check-in. Leading off the bottom of the second for the Astros, we've got Jeff Bagwell, a very dangerous threat. 304 average, 34 homers, 11 RBI in 98. Bottenfield looking into Lampkin for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That's a 237. Bottenfield against the righty, 237. That's going to be a base hit. It will say into left field because why not? Doesn't really matter here. Bagwell will be the first base runner for either team for the day. Actually, technically for the night, since this, I don't know when this was played historically, but tonight it's a night game, and that's what counts. Infield will go to double play depth, as here's Moises Alou stepping into the batter's box. 312 average, 38 homers, 124 RBI in 98. Bagwell, not a threat to do much on the base paths here. Bottenfield will look in at Lampkin for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 346 is going to come off of a lose card. 346, that's going to be an infield single. And Bagwell will make it to second, Alou up to first, and now the Astros suddenly have something cooking with nobody out. Here's another dangerous hitter stepping into the batter's box next in Carl Everett. 296 average, 15 homers, 76 RBI in 98. Bottenfield sweating a little bit here. He looks into Lampkin for the sign. He will set. Here's the pitch. That's a 503, which is actually going to give us a rare play. Because the 5 would send us to a fielder card, except 0 triggers a rare play. First and second, less than 2 outs. That's going to be a 281, which says it's popped up into foul territory in first base. McGuire ranging into foul territory. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 1. Bagwell could try to tag up an advance by challenging McGuire's arm. McGuire's arm at first base is a 2. Bagwell's got 4 speed. They're not going to get greedy, though. They've still got first and second with 1 out. So the Astros are not going to send Bagwell to try to challenge. Especially not with another dangerous hitter in Sean Berry coming into the batter's box. 314 average, 13 homers, 52 RBI in 98. Bottenfield will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set. Here's the pitch. That's a 545. That will send us to the second baseman's card. Second baseman is Howard. 545. That's going to be a ground ball over to Howard at second. He will pick that up. He'll throw that over to first for the out. Bagwell and Alou will both move up, but there are 2 outs in the inning. So let's go. So G4. I want G4, I think C. I'm going to use a strat shortcut in Digital Diamond. That should end up, yep. Wanted to make sure it ended up correctly before I switched them out. That will be 2 outs in the inning, as stepping into the batter's box now is Tony Eusebio. 253 average, 1 homer, 36 RBI in 98. Bottenfield hoping to get out of the inning. Looking in at Lampkin for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 633. That sounds like it's going to get him out of the inning. And that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Langford will get under that one for the Cardinals. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. First 2 batters got on base for the Astros, but the Astros couldn't get them in. We remain scoreless after 2. Stadium groans. Ugh. Catch up with chat real quick. Let's see, good, because there's not much season ticket going out there. I've noticed that. I know Jester used to dabble in it a little bit, but I think he's kind of stepping away from season ticket a bit. And then a trick you learned: on ground balls, other runners auto-advance 1 base unless you explicitly hold them. Conversely, no runners advance on fly balls unless you explicitly enter the advance. Okay, that's actually good to know, because I'm definitely looking to smooth out Digital Diamond as being part of the channel. So anything I can learn now before I get to 1985 would be a very good thing. So Any tips and tricks you guys might have are very much welcome. Anyway, I will see you guys once again back when we get to the bottom of the third. Reynolds will finish up his warm-up tosses, and stepping into the batter's box, we'll have Tom Lampkin. 231 average, 6 homers, 28 RBI in 98. Reynolds gets a sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That's a 322, and that will be a called strike 3 on the outside corner. I know it's a total narrative detail in this game, but I do like having a little bit of that narrative detail and being able to fill in some of the blanks. Next up, we've got David Howard. 245 average, 2 homers, 12 RBI in 98. Reynolds looking into Eusebio for the sign. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That's going to be a 343, and that's going to be a swing and a miss as Howard misses it on the high heat for strike 3, and that's out number 2. And here's Kent Bottenfield. Of course, no individual batting stats for the pitchers. Well, I could look them up on Sports Ref, but I'm feeling a little bit lazy, especially since I'm also on the laptop tonight. Reynolds gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 111, which will turn into a 311, and that will be, let's check the contact rating, which is a 1. That'll still be a swing and a miss, and Reynolds strikes out the side for his 4th strikeout on the day, and that's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Astros as we head into the bottom of the third. All right, stepping into the batter's box now, speaking of pitchers, we've got Shane Reynolds, who likewise doesn't have any individualized batting stats. Bottenfield looking into Lampkin for the sign. Bottom of the third, we've got a pitcher's duel brewing. Bottenfield will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 657, which turns into a 667. And that's going to be a wild pitch, and that'll be ball 1. Bottenfield will try again. With a 414, that's a 414 with an I rating of a 2. 414 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Clayton will get to that one. He'll make the play over to first, and that will be out number 1. Stepping into the batter's box now is Craig Biggio. Biggio tonight is 0 for 1. He popped out to second his first time up. Bottenfield will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 493. That sounds like trouble. 493 against a righty is actually going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one is going to be Langford. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. Stepping into the batter's box now is Gutierrez. Gutierrez tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out to short his first time up. Bottenfield gets the sign from Lampkin. He will set. Gutierrez will brace for the pitch. I can move that out of the way. Bottenfield will kick, and here's the pitch. That's a 468 against a righty. 468, that's going to be a ground ball over to third. Getting to that one is Mabry, ranging to his left for that one. He'll throw that across the diamond, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros in the bottom of the third. Pitcher's duel here at the Astrodome. We are scoreless after 3. Hopefully you guys have a little bit of the dome foam and are enjoying the game tonight so far. It's been a little bit slow. An ID Jester now joining us here at the Astrodome. Welcome in tonight, Jester. And indeed, we've got more season ticket going on here tonight. Hang on, I gotta scroll back down to chat. Yeah, you do have to hit it hard on the carpet to get it through the infield. Heading into the top of the fourth, we're looking at the top of the order for the Cardinals. Here's Clayton. Clayton tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out to short his first time up. Reynolds gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. Oop. Don't drop the die, Phoenix. Now here's the pitch. That's a 666. Uh-oh, the number of the beast. And that's going to be a wild pitch, ball 1. Reynolds will try again. That's a 649. That should be a lot less problematic. 649 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Getting to that one. At third is going to be Barry. He'll make the play, and that's out number 1. And here's Langford. Langford struck out his first time up. Reynolds gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 265 off of Reynolds' card against the lefty. 265. Oh boy, that one's deep to right field. Langford's got some serious power. That's deep to... Okay, let me make a note on the score sheet. Deep to right field. Let's see if he can get this one out of here. He's got a power of 8 plus. 8 plus 10. And he's going to get the scoring started with a boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to left field. Going back for that one is a Lou. He's back to the track, back to the wall, and it's not coming back. He's just going to get it out of the seats. Home run, Ray Langford. Stadium groans. Ugh. Score is now 1-0 in favor of the Cardinals. And now here's Mark McGwire. McGwire is 0 for 1, but he's always a threat to take one out of here. Reynolds has got to have instant amnesia on that pitch. He will get the sign from Eusebio. Just like that, the Cardinals lead 1-0. Reynolds will set, and here's me dropping a die again. Now here comes the pitch. With a 517 going to Reynolds' card, 517, there's going to be a ground ball right back to Reynolds. He'll turn, fire that one over to first. And that, actually that should have been at HR7, but that's a ground ball to the pitcher. He'll turn and fire that over to Bagwell at first, and that's out number 2. I entered it wrong in Digital Diamond, but we got to the same place. Here's Brian Jordan. Jordan today is 0 for 1. He popped out his first time up. Reynolds gets the sign. Astrodome now quiet, with the Cardinals now holding a 1-0 lead. Reynolds gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. 217, coming off of Reynolds' card against a righty. 217. It's going to be a ground ball over to short. Gutierrez will get to that one. He'll make the throw over to first, and that will be the final out of the inning to retire the side. One hit, a solo blast by Ray Langford. Score is now 1-0 Cardinals as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th. And of course, Jester's saying, go Cardinals. Fun fact, he was not happy when the Mets eliminated the Cardinals from my 91 playoff replay and payoff pitch that I did earlier this year. Leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Astros, we've got Derek Bell. Bell tonight is 0 for 1. Bottenfield will get the sign from Lampkin. Suddenly, Bottenfield feeling good that he's got a 1-0 lead to work with, but he is in the 4th inning, so now he is subject to fatigue. We need to be careful of that. Bottenfield will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 332, which will be a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Bell will lay off the heat, and that will be out number 1. Fastball just catches the outside corner, but enough that Bell's called out on strikes. And here's Bagwell. Bagwell tonight is 1 for 1. He had the first hit of the game for the Astros. 1-0 Cardinals, bottom of the 4th. Bottenfield gets a sign from Lampkin. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That's a 486. Bagwell's card against the righty. 486 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Getting under that one is Langford. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. And here's Alou. Alou is 1 for 1 with the other single for the Astros today. Bottenfield will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 373 coming off of Alou's card. 373 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Getting to that one once again is going to be Mabry. He'll fire that across the diamond, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros here in the bottom of the 4th. Score is now 1-0 Cardinals after 4. Oh, cool it, Jester. It's not... The dice told the story they were going to tell. Give me a break on that one. Anyway, getting ready for the top of the 5th. We are now looking at the middle of the Cardinals' order. Leading off the top of the 5th, we've got John Mabry. Mabry tonight is 0 for 1. We also have to be aware of Reynolds now being subject to fatigue. Reynolds will get the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 111, which is going to turn into a 311, and that'll be a swing and a miss as Mabry strikes out. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th strikeout for Reynolds today, as there's now 1 out in the inning. And here's Gant. Gant today is 0 for 1. Reynolds looking in at Eusebio for the sign. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That's a 495. That sounds like trouble against a righty. 495. Nope, it's going to be a fly ball into left field. Alou will get under that one. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. And now Lampkin stepping into the batter's box. Lampkin is 0 for 1. He struck out in the top of the 3rd. Reynolds gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 164. 164 is going to be a base hit into right field. Lampkin will find himself on with a 2-out single. And stepping into the batter's box now is Howard. Howard struck out his first time up. Lampkin not going to do much on the base pass. The Cardinals don't want to run themselves out of the inning. Reynolds will get the sign from Eusebio, and actually that is Shane Reynolds' first point of fatigue, which I'm going to use a spin down to keep track of. Reynolds will get the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 568. That'll send us over to Gutierrez's card. 568 is going to be a base hit into left field. Lampkin is not going to challenge... Is Lampkin... No, Lampkin's not going to challenge Alou's arm, so he's going to... So that's going to be a 1B7. And now Reynolds can't get out of the inning. That's his second fatigue point, as Bottenfield steps into the batter's box. He's 0 for 1. The Cardinals want to try to get a little bit more out of Bottenfield before they go to the bullpen. Reynolds will get the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 324. His contact rating is a 1. 324 is going to be a called strike 3, and the Astros are going to get out of the inning. Nothing across except the single remains 1-0 Cardinals as we head into the bottom of the 5th. Trying to move carefully so the spin down gets protected. Looking at catching up with chat. All right, let me just make sure everything is, still on the line. Just making sure nothing crazy happened because I've had some problems here. Leading off the bottom of the 5th, we've got Carl Everett, who's very capable of tying this game with one swing of his bat. Everett tonight, though, is 0 for 1. Bottenfield will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 383, and that's going to be a ground ball over to third. Mabry, we've been calling his name a fair amount tonight, but Mabry's going to get that one. He'll fire it across the diamond, and that will be out number 1. And here's Barry stepping into the batter's box. Barry tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. Bottenfield looking around at the Astrodome. Quiet crowd right now. 1-0 Cardinals, bottom of the 5th. Bottenfield gets the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 347, and that's going to be a base hit on the infield. Barry will reach with a 1-out single. And now we've got Eusebio stepping into the batter's box next. The infield will go to double play depth, and that's also the first fatigue point for Bottenfield. Barry is not a threat to do much on the base paths. He's going to stay put. Bottenfield will look into Lampkin for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 249 against a righty. 249. It's going to be a 569. Uh-oh. Shortstop is Clayton. 569. That's going to be an E6, and everyone's safe. Oop, not 36. I wanted... No. Back up. Wait a minute. Checks Barry, no. Hold on. Something went haywire. Okay, I gotta back up just a touch. So Control U. Checks Barry. Hold on just a second. I gotta back up a couple plays, it looks like. Okay, so that should be an E6. And we're going to end up with Barry at second, Eusebio at first. And now we've got a decision to make. Are we going to lift Shane Reynolds for a pinch hitter at this point? And I think the answer is yes. The Astros are going to go to the bullpen early. They're going to get a little bit of long relief here if they can. They're going to get Scott Alarton warming up. But in more immediate concerns, the Astros are going to get a pinch hitter out. They want to try to get some of these runs here. Coming in, the Astros... I'll catch up with chat while I'm figuring out... I'm looking for a pinch hitter here. Right. We're going to pinch hit for Reynolds. I don't like going to pinch hit this early, but I think we're going to here. We're going to pinch hit with this guy. We're going to bring J.R. Phillips in to pinch hit. 190 average, 2 homers, 9 RBI in 98. He hits lefty. They just need some power. They need to try to get these runs in. Bottenfield will look into Lampkin for the sign. We're also going to get some activity in the Cardinals bullpen, as they're going to get some long relief warming up as well, I think. They're going to get Bobby Witt warming up in the Cardinal bullpen. Bottenfield will look into Lampkin for the sign. The Astrodome on their feet, hoping for a good hit. Bottenfield will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. That's a 399 coming off of Phillips's card. And boom! That ball is high. That ball is hit deep. That ball is gone. Home run, J.R. Phillips. Let me update. Let's see, what happened with... Oh, right, that was the E6. Okay, I had to get something straight with Eusebio, but now the Astros, just like that, The Astros take the lead on a pinch hit 3-run home run by J.R. Phillips. The Astros now lead 3-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Stepping into the batter's box next is Craig Biggio. Biggio is 0 for 2 today. Bottenfield with another point of fatigue, but they're going to let him pitch. They want to try to get him out of the inning at the very least. Bottenfield will look in at Lampkin for the sign. Astrodome suddenly loud as Phillips gives the Astros the lead on a pinch hit 3-run homer. Bottenfield will set, and here's the pitch. Technically, the infield would be playing back, but I'll adjust that after this at-bat. 5:57 brings us over to Mabry's card at third base. 5:57. And that's going to get smacked into left field, and Biggio's going to be safe with a double. Gutierrez stepping into the batter's box. Gutierrez today is 0 for 2, and the Cardinals have seen enough of Kent Bottenfield. Now that he's kind of started to come apart a little bit, the Cardinals are going to go to the bullpen. Let me make sure that Witt can come into pitch. He cannot, actually. He apparently wasn't in the bullpen at this point. So we've got to look for... I'm hoping they've got some long relief here, because I don't... Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Well, fortunately this is an exhibition game, so I don't have to care about who comes in relief. But... was Jose Jimenez in the pen? No. Oh, zip it, Jester. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit early. Actually, this is probably the best long relief they're going to get. So coming in to pitch for the Cardinals... Okay, why aren't you letting me adjust the pitcher now? Okay, let's try this again. Digital Diamond is giving me a little bit of a fit here. Hopefully I can get this sorted out pretty quick. Because I don't know why they're not letting me adjust the... They're not letting me change the pitcher here. That's actually kind of irritating, but... Maybe it doesn't let me adjust starters, but that is really annoying. So it looks like Bottenfield's got to continue. That is actually kind of annoying. Well, all the pitchers that pitched in the game, so you have them to know which ones were available. I'm not necessarily as picky about that, just because I don't have the... Just because I don't really play hard and fast with the replay and being insistent on letting who actually pitched in the game. I tend to like to go more where the situation took me, where the situation takes you, if that makes sense. But this is not letting me adjust the... Although looking at this, it looks like he actually was used in the game, so I don't know why it's not letting me... Oh! Pitcher was blocked out. I wasn't thinking for a second, but now I remember. Because this is the National League, the P spot would have been where the designated hitter would have gone, but... Okay, never mind. I had a bit of a derp moment. So Bottenfield is going to come out of the game. Coming in to pitch for the Cardinals is going to be Brady Raggio. 1-1 with a 15.43 ERA. Yikes. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 homer in 98. So this could potentially be a disaster, but the Cardinals needed to get Bottenfield out of the game. No other defensive adjustments that I made. And I just, like I said, I had a little bit of a derp that I had to figure out there. So Raggio now will look in at Lampkin for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 102, which is going to be actually 102, that's going to be a base hit. Yeah. This is going to be one of those nights for the Cardinals from the looks of it. The infield's going to play in. They don't want Biggio to score, but they wouldn't mind the double play at all. Here's Derek Bell. Bell today is 0 for 2. Raggio will look into Lampkin for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 653, which is going to turn into a 663. And that's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher. No change on if the runners are playing in. So it looks like the run. Actually, Raggio's going to look Biggio back to first, and they'll look him back to third, and they'll take the out at first. So 2 away. G1, I got to remember how I do R3 holds. I believe it's R3H, but let me check that. Let's just make sure that matches. Yep, okay. So Gutierrez moves to third. Bell gets thrown out at second. There are 2 outs in the inning. And stepping into the batter's box now is Bagwell. The Cardinals may well be looking for the hook for Raggio pretty quick. Bagwell today is 1 for 2 with a single. So Gutierrez hit into... Wait. Okay, ground ball... Okay, that was a... Hold on. Oh, 1B. That's how he reached. And then Bell just grounded right back to the pitcher. Okay. Had to adjust the score sheet. Sorry for the delay there. Now we've got Bagwell in the batter's box. We're going to get some more activity in the Cardinal bullpen as starting to get loose for the Cardinals now after Raggio had an almost disastrous inning is going to be... Let's make sure Yep. They're going to get John Frascatore loosening up in the Cardinal bullpen. Because the Cardinals are probably looking for the hook for Raggio here pretty quick. Anyway, I just put my dice down over by the score sheet. Raggio will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here's the pitch. 601, which is going to turn into a 611. Still probably enough to get the Cardinals out of the inning. And that will be a swing and a miss. Bagwell will strike out, and the inning is over. But serious damage done. Let's see, 4 hits, 1 error, 3 runs, 4 hits, an error, a 3-run bomb by J.R. Phillips, and the score is now 3-1 Astros after 5. I'll catch up with chat before we fix the Astros needing a new pitcher. No, I didn't make any other defensive adjustments. We'll adjust all of this. And Digital Diamond is yelling at me that the Astros need a new pitcher, and that's going to be my first order of business for the inning. So coming into pitch for the Astros is going to be... Oh, that's moderately annoying. Ellerton can't come into pitch either. And I definitely don't want Wagner now. Yep. The Astros are going to bring in Trevor Miller to pitch. 2-0 with a save and a 3.04 ERA. 53 and a third innings pitched. 30 strikeouts. 20 walks. 4 homers in 98. Okay. Take a quick drink now that we've got that sorted out. Coming into pitch for the... We're coming in leading off the... Hold on. Is it Clayton leading off the top of the sixth? Looks like it. I must have missed what the pinch hitter did for the Cardinals in the top of the fifth then. Let me just back up here for a second. Bottom of the fifth. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we did have a... So what did Howard do? Okay, that was a base hit for Howard. And then a strikeout for Bottenfield. Okay. Now that we got that sorted out, coming into leading off the top of the sixth for the Cardinals, we got Royce Clayton. Clayton tonight is 0 for 2. Miller gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 426 against Clayton against the lefty with a 426. It's going to be a ground ball over to short. Gutierrez will pick that one up. He'll fire it over to first, and that's out number 1. And Langford is stepping into the batter's box next. Langford is 1 for 2 with a solo homer tonight. Miller gets the sign from Eusebio. Astrodome on their feet. He will set, and Miller will pitch. That's a 448. Langford is against the lefty, 448. And that's going to be a called strike 3 on the outside corner for the second out of the inning. 2 outs, and here's the ever-dangerous Mark McGwire. Although he's been pretty quiet tonight, he's 0 for 2. Miller looking in for the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 509, which is going to be another rare play with the bases empty. Bases empty, okay. And that's a 347, which 347 says, fly ball into right field. If the one's digit is higher than the right fielder's fielding, batter is safe at third on a fielding... Wait. Hold on, I want bases empty. Okay, 2 outs. So just the regular rare plays. All right, so let me run that back again. Fly ball to right field. Right fielder here is Bell. If the one's digit, which is a 7, is higher than his fielding, it is. Batter safe at third and a fielding error, and all runners score. Otherwise, the ball is caught. So that's going to be a... Wow. Apparently that got smacked into some gap, but McGuire's going to end up at third base. Looks like on... Wait. Yeah, looks like it. So he's going to be safe at third. We'll call that a double. So we'll call that a 2B F9. No, not F9, E9. Hold on, back that up again. So that should be a 2B E9. That's where we should end up with McGwire on third base. Yep. And we still can't get this right. So let's go... Season ticket tonight? Yes, indeed. Brandon Baker now joins us at the Astrodome. Scoreboard baseball. Isn't that like a fast play game from Inside Sports? I've seen it before on that website, on the Inside Sports website, but I wouldn't swear to it. So that's going to be 2B E9 R2 plus. Let me see if that ends up... No, we still can't end up with McGwire on third, but I think we'll leave it at Digital Diamond on second, so we'll worry about that later. 2 outs, and here's Brian Jordan. Jordan tonight is, so that should be a 2B, E9. Alright, Jordan tonight is 0 for 2. Miller gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set. I'm going to make a note here. He came in here. Frascatori is going to be coming in at the start of the inning, but Miller will pitch. That's a 206, which will be against a righty. He's going to turn into a 406, and that's going to be a ground ball. That's going to be a ground ball over to short. Picking that one up is going to be Gutierrez. He'll make the play over to first, and that will retire the side. The double and the error goes for nothing as we move into the bottom of the 6th with the Astros holding on to a 3-1 lead. Catching up with chat real quick. Okay. All quiet there. Leading off the bottom of the 2nd now, or the bottom of the 6th, I should say. Before we do that, are we going to bring in a new pitcher for... Yes, we are going to bring in a new pitcher as the Cardinals saw more than plenty of Brady Raggio. He's going to come out of the game. Coming in to pitch for the Cardinals will be... Once Digital Diamond catches up, it'll be John Frascatori, 3-4 with a 4.14 ERA, 95 2/3 innings pitched, 49 strikeouts, 36 walks, 11 homers in 98. Stepping into the batter's box, as mentioned, is Moises Alou. Alou today is 1 for 2 with a single. I will catch up with that. I'll come back to you guys at the bottom of the 6th, or at the top of the 7th. Frascatori will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here's the pitch. 457 is coming off of a loose card against a righty. 457. That's going to be a base hit into center field. Alou will lead off with a leadoff single. He could try to challenge the... I believe that is an opportunity to challenge the arm. Let me double check that. Single. Where is that? Oh yeah, the lead runner may try to advance, but I don't believe you can on a single like that. So Alou will pick up a... That was a... What was that? A 475? Wait a minute. Hold on. 475 for Alou against a righty. Where... Oh, no, 457. Never mind. I can't read, so that's a 1B8. Wow. I guess I am getting old. My eyes aren't what they used to be in their old age. The infield will go to double play depth. As here's Everett. Everett tonight is 0 for 2. Alou, not a threat to do much on the bases. Frascatori looking into Lampkin for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. 274 is coming off of Frascatori's card against a switch left. 274. Uh-oh. Everett's got a hold of one that's deep to right field. Everett's got a power of 7. This could be trouble. Let's see. 7 and 8 is 15. And that's deep. What did we say? That was deep to right field. That's going to be a fly ball into right field. Getting under that one is going to be Jordan. He'll make the play, and that's out number 1. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Barry. Barry tonight is 1 for 2 with a single, and he scored on the home run, on the 3-run homer by Phillips in the bottom of the 5th. Frascatori gets a sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 356, and that's going to be popped up on the infield over to first base. McGuire ranging into foul territory, but he'll get that one, and that will be out number 2. 2 outs in the inning, and here's Eusebio. Eusebio today is 0 for 1. He reached on an error. Cardinals trying to get out of the inning. Frascatori will look into Lampkin for the sign. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That's a 6.59, which is going to turn into a 6.69. And that's going to be, and Eusebio is going to get drilled by the pitch. Plunk, ouch. He hit him. And Eusebio is off to first. Alou is at second with 2 outs in the inning. Miller is going to come out of the game. They're going to need another pinch hitter. We'll get some activity in the Astros bullpen, as we'll see who is actually in the game for the Astros. Here we go. The Astros are going to get Mike Magnante warming up. We saw a lot of him in 1991 as the Royals made their charge into the ALCS. And pinch hitting for Miller is going to be they're going to bring in Bill Spears to pinch hit. 273 average, 4 homers, 43 RBI in 98. Frascatori trying to get out of the inning. Ow! Right on the toenail. Alou at second, Eusebio at first, 2 outs in the inning. Frascatori gets the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 232 against a lefty. 232 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one for the Cardinals is going to be Gant. He'll make the catch. Hold on, what happened with Eusebio? Oh, right, hit by pitch. That's a fly ball into left field. Getting under that, as we established, is Gant. He'll make the play, and that will retire the side. Single and a hit batter, but the Cardinals can't do anything, or the Astros can't do anything with that. Score remains 3-1 Astros after 6. Astros need a new pitcher. We'll see to that, as coming in to pitch for the Astros will be the aforementioned Mike Magnante. 4-7 with 2 saves and a 4.88 ERA. 51 2/3 innings pitched, 39 strikeouts, 26 walks, 2 homers in 98. Leading off the top of the 7th, we've got John Mabry. Mabry tonight is 0 for 2. I'll catch up with chat real quick. Scoreboard Baseball is from Inside Sports. It's the only quick play game that gets a large number of stats, not a lot of YouTube play. Okay, good to know. Kind of between full play and fast play. Well, hopefully everything goes well with that, Ben, and we'll see you later. I'm sure I'll be on with something else tomorrow. I would say I might be on with something tomorrow night, but I haven't completely decided yet. Anyway, I will see you guys once again in the bottom of the 7th as John Mabry steps into the batter's box. Magnante gets the sign from Eusebio once I finish adjusting all of this. Okay, that's not too bad on time. Magnante gets the sign... Magnante gets the sign from Eusebio, not from Lampkin. Magnante will set, and here's the pitch. 523 sends us over to Eusebio's card. 523 is going to be a fly ball popped right up the chimney. Eusebio gets under that one. He'll have a little bit of time to take a 5-second power nap, but he will get that one for out number 1. And here's Gant. Gant tonight is 0 for 2. Magnante looking into Eusebio for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. 528 sends us right back to Eusebio's card, and this time it's going to be a passed ball, but that'll be ball 1 with the bases empty. So we'll do it again. This time it's a 370, which a 370 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Ranging to his left for that one is Barry. He'll pick that one up, fire it across the diamond, and that's out number 2. Stepping into the batter's box now is Lampkin. Lampkin is 1 for 2 with a single. Astrodome has been loud all night. 3-1 Astros, top of the 7th, 2 outs in the inning. Magnante gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 532, which will send us over to Bagwell's card. 532 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Bagwell will pick that one up. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that will be a 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals here in the top of the 7th. I believe, nope, I think I want 3U for a ground ball, the first unassisted. So let's try 3U. No. How about G3U? That'll work. And we are at the 7th inning stretch. As usual, I won't torture you guys with my rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but I will take a quick drink from my Crystal Lights to give myself a little bit of a break. While we're here at the 7th inning stretch, before we go into the bottom of the 7th, I do want to mention that another project that I'm working on getting set up. It's actually not related to baseball at all, but it's to help me get in the rhythm for season replays. You may have seen some streams of Momentum Football pop up in the last month or so. I'm actually working on a replay. I'm actually going to be working on doing a replay in October of the 1972 NFL season, which the Miami Dolphins finished with a perfect record. Now you're probably wondering to yourself, Phoenix Knight, why the 1972 NFL season? Granted, that was 13 years before my time, but again, it's got a historically significant season, and it happened to be the season that I prepared the ticker for a ticker test for this project. So, given that I've already got the ticker ready for 1972, we're going to do a replay of the 1972 NFL season in October. I wanted to announce it now. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to shoot a separate video to talk more about it, or if I'm just going to talk about it during Pinot with Phoenix at the end of the month. But that'll give me a little bit of time to think about that. Anyway, we'll tab back into Digital Diamond to get ready for the bottom of the 7th. As stepping into the batter's box now, once I remember to switch the cards, is Biggio. Biggio today is 1 for 3 with a double. The Cardinals are going to get some activity in the bullpen with the pitcher's spot due to hit second in the inning. Let me see who the Cardinals have in the bullpen, so we can check who we want to get warming up for the Cardinals. Let's see. Cardinals are going to get Jeff Brantley warming up. All right, we'll tab. Okay, so now we're all set there. Now that we've got that straight, Frascatori will look into Lampkin for the sign. He will be subject to fatigue in this inning. Frascatori will set, and here's... Is this the... Yes, this is still the bottom of the seventh. Okay. He will set, and here's the pitch. 344 is coming off of Biggio's card. 344. That's going to be a base hit on the infield. That'll be Frascatori's first fatigue point. The infield will go to double play depth. And here's Gutierrez. Gutierrez tonight is... Right, let me enter that in. We establish that's a base hit. Gutierrez tonight is 1 for 3. Biggio, not a he could try to get the jump, but I don't think you're running too much with a 2-run lead this late in the game. Frascatori will look into Lampkin for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 473, which will come off of Gutierrez's card against the righty. 473. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Gutierrez will strike out. And that's the first out of the inning. And here's Bell. Bell today is 0 for 3. Frascatori gets the sign from Lampkin. Astrodome on their feet. Frascatori will set, and here's the pitch. 316 is going to be a called strike 3 on Bell. Frascatori got him. Second strikeout of the inning for Frascatori, and here's the ever dangerous Jeff Bagwell. Bagwell today is 1 for 3, though. Frascatori gets the sign from Lampkin. He will set. Here comes the pitch. A 2-10 against a righty is going to be a 4-10, and Bagwell is going to work a 2-out walk out of the at-bat. That'll be the second fatigue point against Frascatori, which I'll get to now. And here's Alou. Alou tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Frascatori trying to get out of the inning. We're going to get some activity in the Astros bullpen as well, as we're not ready for Wagner yet. We'll see who we can get warming up, though. The Astros are going to get Reggie Harris warming up in the bullpen. Frascatori will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 253, which will be against a righty. 253 is going to turn into a 553, going over to the third baseman's card. That is Mabry. 553. It's going to be a fly ball. It's going to be popped up on the infield. Mabry will get under that one. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Hit and a walk, but the Astros aren't able to do anything with it. Score remains 3-1 Astros after 7. Catching up with chat real quick. All right, let me just make sure I'm still online. Yep, we're still here. And leading off the top of the 8th for the Cardinals is David Howard. Howard tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. Magnante looking in at Eusebio for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 629. 629 is going to be popped up on the infield to shortstop. Getting under that is Gutierrez. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 1. Frascatori is going to come out of the game. Coming in to pinch hit for the Cardinals is going to be... Jester, since you're the Cardinals fan on record, I don't know how familiar you are with 1998, but is there anybody in particular you want to bring in for the Cardinals to pinch hit? Let's see. We'll give Jester about a minute to see if there's anybody he wants to pinch hit. Otherwise, I know who I think the Cardinals would go to in this situation. One out in the inning. All right, I guess I'll make the call. The Cardinals are going to bring in Brian Hunter to pinch hit. 205 average, 4 homers, 13 RBI in 98. Magnante will look in at Eusebio for the sign. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That's a 406, which is against a lefty. 406 is going to be a ground ball right in front of the plate. Eusebio will pick that one up in a hurry. He'll fire that over to second, or to first, and that's out number 2. And here's Clayton. Clayton tonight is 0 for 3. Magnante looking in at Eusebio for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 487 against a lefty. 487, uh-oh, Clayton thinks he's got a hold of one that's deep to left field. But he's only got a power of 2 to start with. Two plus 17, however, is going to be a boom! That ball is hit high. The ball is hit deep to left field. Alou going back for that one. He's back to the track, back to the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run, Royce Clayton. And the score is now 3-2 in favor of the Astros. First fatigue point for Magnante. Stadium groans. Ugh. Jester cheers. Yay! And here's Langford with 2 outs. Langford is 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, but he's got the solo homer that got the scoring started for the Cardinals. Actually, that got the scoring started for the game. Magnante trying to get out of the 8th. Langford waits for the pitch. Magnante looking into Eusebio. Langford can tie this game with 1 swing of the bat. Magnante will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 451. Langford against the lefty, 451. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the inning is over. 1 run on a solo bomb by Clayton. Score is now 3-2 as we get ready for the bottom of the 8th. Cardinals will need a new pitcher, as coming in to pitch for the Cardinals will be Jeff Brantley. 0-5 with a 4.44 ERA, 50 2/3 innings pitched, 48 strikeouts, 18 walks, 12 homers in 98. Leading off the bottom of the 8th, we've got Carl Everett. Everett tonight is 0 for 3, and actually, bear with me for a second while I go kill the air conditioning. I'll be right back. Forgive the delay, folks. We had some shenanigans we had to deal with in the lair of the Phoenix. Anyway, we'll tab back over, and we've got Everett ready to start the inning. We're going to get some activity in the Astros bullpen, as now we're going to get Billy Wagner warming up for the Astros to try to finish this game. Brantley will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 339. That'll be coming off of Everett's card, 339. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Everett went to chase an ugly pitch, and that will sit him down on strikes. 1 out, and here's Sean Berry stepping into the batter's box. Berry tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Brantley gets the sign from Lampkin. He will set. Here's the pitch. 239 against a righty. 239. It's going to be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one is going to be Gant. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. And here's Eusebio. Eusebio tonight is 0 for 1. He's reached on an error, and he's been hit by a pitch. Brantley will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 299. That sounds like trouble. 299 against a righty. Uh-oh. That's going to be deep into left field. But Eusebio does not have a lot of power. Eusebio's got a 1 for power. 1 plus 4 is 5. He will have enough for a base hit, though, as Eusebio just didn't have a lot of power on that one. Magnante is going to come out of the game. We need a pinch hitter. And the Astros are going to go to Brad Ausmus in the pinch hitting role once I confirm that he was actually on the bench for this game. He was. But the Astros are pretty quickly running out of pinch hitters. But Ausmus, 269 average, 6 homers, 45 RBI in 98. Brantley has his first fatigue point, by the way. Brantley will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set. And here's the pitch. That's going to be a 627, which is going to turn into a 642, adding 10 for the home team hitting and 5 for Brantley's fatigue. 642 is going to be a ground ball over to second, though. Picking that one up is going to be Howard. He'll step on the bag himself. Once I finish noting. That's a G4. He'll take that to the bag himself. Come on. There we go. And that will retire the side. Nothing across except the hit, except the single for the Astros. Score is now 3-2 Houston after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? We will find out, though. We will find out as we've got the heart of the Cardinals order leading off. And facing the heart of the Cardinals order, we've got Mark McGwire stepping into the batter's box here. McGwire tonight, though, is 1 for 3 with a double, and he advanced on an error. Coming in to pitch for the Astros is going to be Billy Wagner. 4-3 with 30 saves with a 2.7 ERA. 60 innings pitched on the dot, 97 strikeouts, 25 walks, 6 homers in 98. He is coming in to try to get this game over, but in order to do that, he's got to face the heart of the Cardinals lineup, starting with Mr. 1998 himself, you could argue, Mark McGwire. Taking a quick drink. And now as my trainer in fitness boxing 2 on the switch says, let's get down to brass tacks. Wagner looks into Eusebio for the sign. Wagner will set. Here's the pitch. That's a 503, and we're going to start off right off the bat with a rare play. This is how McGuire made it to third on his last at-bat. That's a 101. Hard ground ball deflects off the pitcher's leg and fielded by the shortstop. To reach the base safely, batter must successfully challenge the shortstop's arm rating. The arm rating for Gutierrez is a 2. McGuire's got a speed of 0. So challenge is the challenge all 3? Yes. So 0. So Gutierrez is a 12. This needs to be a 12 for McGuire to reach base. And he's got a 0 speed. A 13 will get McGuire to first. So that will be a... That looks like it's going to be just a base hit is how I'm going to call that one. And just like that, the tying run is on base. So we'll call that a 1B6, I guess. Because he can't get to it. Because Gutierrez can't get to it. The infield will go to double play depth. And here's Brian Jordan. Jordan tonight is 0 for 3. Wagner has his first fatigue point as well, since he's got a 0 stamina, so he's subject to fatigue immediately. Jordan waiting for the pitch. Wagner gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 194. That sounds like trouble. 194 is going to come off of Wagner's card, and that's going to be a wild pitch. McGuire will find himself at second right away. So McGuire up to second on the wild pitch. Double play is gone. And that's also ball 1. Wagner will try again. That's a 686, which is going to turn into a 691. And that's going to be a double into left field. And the Cardinals are going to tie the game. Well, it doesn't really... That's not what I wanted. Fat-fingered that one. Let's try that again, Phoenix. So McGuire will come in to score. Jordan up to second. And this game is tied at 3 apiece. Stadium groans. Ugh. ID Jester cheers. Yay! Stepping into the batter's box now is John Mabry. Just going to finish updating my score sheet. And McGuire scored on the double. Okay. Mabry tonight is 0 for 3. Wagner gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. Wagner with a 104 is going to turn into a 304, and that's a called strike 3 on Mabry. He got him. Finally, the first out of the inning. As Wagner couldn't hold on in a save situation. And here's Gant. Gant tonight is 0 for 3. We have some ninth inning dramatics here, folks. Wagner gets the sign from Eusebio. He will set, and here's the pitch. 566 sends us to Gutierrez's card. 566 is going to be a ground ball to short. He'll get that one, fire that over to first for out number 2. And I believe Jordan should make third on the play. Oop, Gant's out. Yep, Jordan made it to third. And now we've got Lampkin in the batter's box. Lampkin tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Astros led this game at 1.31. Cardinals have come all the way back to tie it. Wagner looking into Eusebio for the sign. We're going to get some activity in the Cardinal bullpen. As starting to warm up, the Cardinals are going to get... Let's see what the Cardinals have in the bullpen that they can start warming up. The Cardinals are going to warm up. Apparently I didn't have everybody printed. I thought I did. Let me see if I've got... Mark Petrovisk? No. Okay, something's not right here. Some of these guys in the... Manny Abar, one of the pitchers I could get warming up? I didn't think so. Okay, this is a little irritating, and yes, I know I need to have these guys ready in the future. Problem is I'm trying to use the guys that were actually available, but the challenge I'm having is now I'm into rotation. I'm starting to get into rotation guys. Well, screw it. Since this is an exhibition game, we're just going to use rotation guys, I guess. We're going to get Todd Stottlemyre warming up in the bullpen. Never mind. Okay, this is really irritating. I don't want to have the Cardinals go that long with one reliever. Got a little bit more bench depth left. And I hate sticking with Brantley because he's probably fine right now. We'll see. Unless I somehow ended up with pitchers in the Cardinal bench, but I didn't. And of course I had to pick a game where not a lot of them were, or what I've got printed isn't available. That's actually really annoying. Alright, well, I think I'm just going to say screw it here. And we'll get Mike Bisbee warming up in the Cardinals bullpen. So that's who we're going to go with here. I know he's not officially listed, but that's what we're going to do here. Actually, wait a second. Am I looking at... I think I'm looking at Houston's bullpen right now. That might explain why... I'm looking at Houston's bullpen right now. I'm such an idiot. Let me just make sure of that, though. Problem is these two teams are... Nope, now I'm looking at the Cardinals bullpen. Okay, now I'm a herpaderp. Okay, now we're going to get... Okay, now we can actually get Mark Petrovisk, or Petkovsek warming up. I am just all over the board with pronunciation tonight. That's delightful on my part. Anyway, coming back to business, two outs in the top of the ninth. Jordan at third. Wagner trying to get out of the inning. Wagner looking in at Lampkin for the sign, or looking in at Usbio for the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. That's a 391. 391 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one is going to be a Lou. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. 2 hits, a wild pitch, and this game is tied at 3, heading into the bottom of the ninth. Will we see some Houston ninth inning magic? Brantley is going to come out of the game. coming in to pitch for the Astros, or coming in to pitch for the Cardinals, once I get this all straight. Okay, that needs... Right, as I was saying, now I'm looking at the... Now I'm looking at the Cardinal. Okay, I need to get into the Cardinal bullpen is what I need to do here. Here we go. Coming in to pitch for the Cardinals, as I mentioned, it's going to be Mark Petkovsek. 7-4 with a 4.77 ERA, 105 and 2/3 innings pitched, 55 strikeouts, 36 walks, 9 homers in 91. Or 98, I should say. He is being charged with the top of the Astros order. Leading off the bottom of the ninth, we've got Craig Biggio. Biggio tonight is 2 for 4 with a single and a double. Petkovsek will get the sign from Lampkin. I'll pull that up. He will set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 666, which is going to turn into a 676. And Biggio is going to lead off the inning with a base hit. And the winning run is on base just like that. We'll let Digital Diamond catch up. And here's Gutierrez. Gutierrez tonight is 1 for 4. Infield is at double play depth. Winning run is on base. Bottom of the ninth. Astrodome is loud. Petkovsek gets the sign from Lampkin. He will set. Here's the pitch. That's a 543, which will send us over to the second baseman's card. Second baseman is Howard, I believe. Yes. 543. It's going to be a ground ball over to Howard. He'll take that, flip it over to first. Biggio will move over to second on the play. And there's one out. That'll be a G4C. So we should end up with Biggio at second. Gutierrez thrown out. And one out. And here's Bell. Bell tonight is... So Biggio with a base hit. Then a G4. One out. Biggio to second. Taking a quick drink. Bell could very easily end this game with one swing of the bat. Let's get the dice out here. Petkovsek will get the sign from Lampkin. Let me make sure the stream is still online here. Lampkin will set. Here's the pitch. 337 is going to be off of Bell's card. 337, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's the second out of the inning. Two outs, and here's Jeff Bagwell. Bagwell tonight is 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, and a strikeout. Petkovsek gets the sign from Lampkin. Astrodome hoping for a good hit. Petkovsek will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. That's a 256 against a righty, 256. 566, so that's going over to the shortstop's card. 566. It's going to be a ground ball over to Clayton. He'll take that, fire it over to first, and we've got bonus baseball. Nothing across except for the hit. We are still tied at 3 after 9. Stadium groans. Ugh. Phoenix Knight sighs. Ugh. And this is probably something I should mention as part of my replays. On weeknights like this, I'm only going to go 12. I'm going to go at most 12 innings. If I'm still going after that, then we're going to go to a roll on fast score to get out of the game. And actually, I think for purposes of this, Yeah. If this was an actual replay, I would probably continue with the game, but I wanted to get a test out of the way and get more reps in with Digital Diamond. I think I've established that, so I think that is where we're going to call this. I think we're going to call this a video here. Like I said, if this was an actual replay, I would probably play this to a finish. But since it's an exhibition, and I was more concerned about the rep with Digital Diamond along with the schedule test than anything, I think we're going to call it a stream here. So that will do it for this playthrough of Season Ticket Baseball. Busy week coming up on the channel. Wednesday we're starting a new background campaign in Hero Realms. Saturday we're going to have a double upload. Saturday morning we're going to do another baseball test, and we're going to be playing Stratomatic Baseball this time. Saturday afternoon, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the official Diablo cookbook with the entree, Necromancer's Broiled Fish. Sunday next week, we're going to continue the fall campaign in Astronight's Eternity. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.